So, Courtney, what's going on? What's up?
Nothing much.
So where should we start? Oh, Cervantes is here. Alex Cervantes is here, and your guy, Jerry Walker, he's definitely top of the leaderboard right now. No question about it. How much influence have you given him?
Probably very little, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, he seemed
That's
really
impressive.
out of the gate. I think he benefited. Maybe I'm wrong. So if he sees this and watches this, he could slack me. But I think he benefited from checking in when he got hired in November and December and not having to start. He benefited from seeing how things are done and how he can just kind of. I think a little bit too. I think it kind of helps to a certain extent to see where people get yelled at and be like, "Hey, make note."
He was technically the first person that I brought in. Jerry Walker legitimately is here, and everybody else is at no higher than that. There is a monster gap.
Yeah, he's doing great.
He's now doing multiple posts a day. This is the other reason why I'm mad. And maybe this will come across as, oh, Trey's being the egomaniac. I just don't think it's true. I think it's a fact. If, let's say, I don't know, people are slamming Kyle Shanahan today. They're slamming Patrick Mahomes today. They're slamming Jimmy Garoppolo today. Why? They lost. But there's 52 other guys on the roster. There's 20 other coaches on the roster. There's trainers. There's so many people that go into this. But all those people, they're reflections upon Jimmy and Andy Reid. And they're reflections upon all those guys. So when these fucking kids do something wrong, it comes back on me. Whether they like it or not. Whether they mean to or not, it comes back on me.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting up with it. Bagdonis' original pick quit hours after the draft, so he must have got mad at me.
Really?
I don't know. I would assume so.
Well, another job offer?
He just kept emailing me stuff, and I didn't respond to him for a while. And then I just said, "Here's the thing, Carlos. You were given a company Slack for a reason. Maybe you should use it."
I mean, I think we've made it abundantly clear that, I know the premise is that interns come to you with article ideas, but do the mentors have the authority to greenlight a post?
That's a great question. I'd say yeah until they fuck up.
What if we kind of do what social media does? So when somebody is posting something, they green mark it or whatever. What if we do somebody puts a red X or something oh, I can't get to this or something, and then somebody puts a green check mark for okay, I'm gonna do this. So start implementing that so it won't be clueless about if anybody's doing anything, just so it can be more of a better communication way so they don't have to come directly to you too.
I like the X.
To some degree.
This way you're paying attention. I see people are paying attention. They're not capable of doing it. Just fine. Yeah. I do have a different angle though that I think needs to be talked about. I'm going to sound like an asshole again, but it's true. The biggest problem that these kids don't understand is they're not good at writing. They need these posts. They need to do these news posts because they're not good. And it's not I'm not saying they're not good. They need to get in the rhythm of being able to produce shit. Because nobody's good at this when they first start.
Deadline management is important.
Right. And that's another rabbit hole that needs to be talked about. I don't understand these kids not take journalism classes. They not take news classes. Where are these kids in terms of being prepared? Because I don't see them being prepared. And they don't have any common sense either. I'll put a story in the chat. 10 hours later, they're like, well, I can do it tomorrow. It's fucking dead by then. You're wasting your time.
How are the behind the scenes doing? They're still kind of rough too?
Yeah, I would say so. We can go over it now. May as well. Justin Franzak, he's done nothing, actually. Hasn't done a single thing. Katie Fitzgerald was given a marketing job to work on. She asked why we would want free money. Can't comprehend that. So she's not off to a great start. She also asked if there was some kind of mistake, if there was someone above me that could put her in the right direction so that she could work on social media. Kyle Ferrari, he made that 1 minute video, wasn't very thrilled with it. Gave him some marketing stuff to work on. We'll see if he survives. I'm not sure. Lyndon Toe, he is working on that Senators thing. I knew it was going to take a while, so I can't even comment on him. And then we have Sean, who is the graphics guy, who's done a fine job, I guess.
Okay.
Do we think anyone's going to show up to this, or should we just go down the list of interns?
I think this is just going to be it, honestly.
Okay, let's go down the list. Alex Grossman, how would we say he's doing?
Hey, I've seen a couple articles out of him, so
Yeah,
he's trying.
I would say he's trying.
B plus.
How about Daniel Bratzlovsky?
I know I saw him do something.
Yes, you were correct. You saw him do one thing. If he was doing this for college credit, I would have had no choice but to fire him, which he was supposed to be doing, but he didn't turn his paperwork in.
That is sad. I'm sorry.
Johan.
He's definitely been communicative in the chat, which
Yeah,
is
I have seen him do posts.
Do we give credit for that?
been communicative.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can give credit for that. He's trying to make.
indicative. I think that's I don't think we should, because I think that's indicative of how low the bar may be. But
great point.
But I think we have to give points.
That is true. Because it's like,
Cervantes is way too nice to say this, but he basically said, "Listen, we shouldn't give points for this because it should be obvious, but these kids are so bad that we have to give points for the basic skill of just communicating." I can't have Johan edit things if he doesn't know SEO though.
Oh, he doesn't? But he's done articles.
You do training?
They've all done training.
Oh, okay.
Which is I just don't understand what more I can do for them. Justin Franzak, he's done nothing. Maybe someone should check on that guy. How would you say Kaylee Mixon's doing? I would say good. I'm not sure 2 hours a day is being put into the Instagram, but I think there's effort being put into it. What would you give her? 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give her 8.5. Because, like you said,
that seems a little high, but I think based on everyone else, 8.5 is fair. She can easily win this. All she realistically has to do is put together a decent following on the Instagram, and she wins. Can I give a quick shout out to Cam Moose and Jackson Law? Going down to the Senior Bowl, they got media passes, Vendetta Sports Media. How do we think that Katie Fitzgerald's doing?
I don't know exactly what she's doing.
Great question. Valid question. Absolutely valid question. How do we think Kyle Ferrari's doing?
Well, judging by Gavin's post in random that one day, I would go not too hot, but
not too hot.
I hope he's rebounding.
How do we think Mac Doyle's doing?
He's got a draft.
I just threw one of his away. They turn things in that are incorrect, and then they say, "Fuck you, Trey. You fix it." How do we think Mateo Reeves is doing?
I don't know.
Is he posted?
He's done one thing. The one thing that he's done, it's number 5 on the views today.
Did see that.
How do we think Sean Pismanov's doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Cervantes, have you noticed any graphics that he's done?
I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I missed it.
So what else do you want to talk about?
So where do we go now?
I have no idea. I still don't think people fucking care.
I don't disagree necessarily. I just think it's tough. And this is the place. I don't think people understand like where we're at as a company.
Where do you think we're at?
I don't know.
Can I say my thought process? So was it about maybe 7, 8, 9 weeks ago? We got an offer from someone to buy the site. Since that time, we've partnered with the New York City Department of Education. Since that time, we've added more keywords. Since that time, this month, we're going to break the all-time view record that we have ever had for a month. We have a pretty stable group. I wouldn't say the interns are not stable, but the group that we've had previously is decently stable. And then the number that I got offered, the people that were offering that, they thought 5 people worked here, not 45. I would say, I would compare it almost to like a stock where you're not earning dividends on the stock, but the stock's pretty valuable. So you think I'm wrong or right?
No, I don't think you're wrong. I just feel like we're almost like we're on the precipice, but I don't know what we're missing to like get over that hump.
I can tell you, our social media sucks. That's it. If we matched the views that we were getting from social media, we'd have whatever we want.
I'll harp on this because Emma Brown is taking a necessary leave of absence, so I don't think it's been said. I'm just gonna read you a couple numbers right now. So we have 1,047 followers. We have 45 people in general. Our pinned tweet has 6 likes. Our most recent intern draft tweet has 2. The most recent article is Jerry's. It has 2 likes and 1 retweet. The like is from me. The retweet and like is from Jerry. we need to support each other better. I don't know why there's like this insistence that I don't know if there's
they
an
only care about
insistence.
themselves.
I get that.
They don't actually care.
I get that, but again, I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get you
I
brownie
understand what you
points.
mean.
Do we want to have the discussion about Scott's intern who quit?
Oh, he quit? I didn't know.
I'm good because I had that discussion and I was rooting for him.
Oh, wow.
I think we should have the discussion because it hasn't been talked
I didn't know that.
Abi Dupala will go down as, right now, he is the most delusional person that's ever worked for this company. So I just want you to show his message, and then maybe we'll dissect it. I think that'll be fun. I want to clarify this first. I asked Dupala to meet with me on, it was a Monday. He said he wasn't capable of meeting with me on Monday. I asked him, why are you not capable of meeting with me Monday? Turns out he had a flight that nobody knew about. Sorry, I can't make a meeting. I'm on a flight. Well, don't you think if you work for a company that maybe someone should be fucking aware of the fact that you have a flight on a work day? Maybe that's someone that, or that's something that you should bring up. I'm the one that has bad communication skills though. Okay, so this Doompala guy, right? He applied for a writer position and an audio position. Every single person that I interview, I specifically don't really ever change the interview questions. Cervantes, you've been on plenty of interviews. I really don't ever change the interview questions unless it is a video editor, and then I ask them what software they use. Other than that, all of the interviews are basically the same. So this idea that I didn't clarify which position he was working for, I didn't tell him what he was hired to do, is fucking bullshit. Because if you apply for two things, I'm going to assume you can do two things. I then asked him to shadow the Tan show because, newsflash, Courtney's going to be out for an extended period of time around May. We don't need to even discuss what that's for, but Courtney's going to be out. So we need someone to do that. So I asked him, hey, or I didn't ask him. I asked Courtney to tell him, hey, let's have this guy shadow the show. He says he can't do it because he has class on the time of the recording. Fine. You got class? We'll put school first. Absolutely. You're going to be working with the Krieg's Corner Showdown. He says, I'm not working for the Krieg's Corner show. He goes rogue. He decides on his own. I'm not working for that show. So I say, what's going on here? He says he's a writing intern only. He decides on his own, despite the fact that he applied for two things. He's going to do one thing because he makes the rules. The reason why I told him he was going to be fired is if you're going to refuse to do a task and not tell me why you're refusing to do a task, you're going to get fired. So I was willing to have a discussion on, hey man, you don't make the fucking calls here. So if I give you an assignment, instead of just saying no, how about you have a conversation with me about why you're saying no to an assignment? Because that seems like fucking bullshit. Expectation is to be a pushover and never defend myself. He's a fucking intern. He knows dick about nothing. Did you see his article? He's a writing intern. This is the fucking worst article that's gotten posted on the site in the whole month. Did anybody read his article about Sean McVay and Matt Stafford? It was a Wikipedia page. It was terrible. Oh, I'm only a writing intern. You don't know how to fucking write. Then he claims a Mike McCarthy news post and then doesn't get done. But he's a writing intern. He knows exactly what he's doing. You guys take yourself too seriously at this company, which is just hilarious. It pays taxes. It is a company. It's filed for LLC. Like, how fucking stupid can someone be? Anyone can make a WordPress site. I'd love to see other people do it. Because every time I see someone that leaves here and does it, they fail. Letting my ego get in the way of the few people that actually enthusiastic. Did we think Doompala was enthusiastic to work here? Because all I saw was him quality pieces. Well, he only got one done, and the second one he got done didn't actually get published. So I'd love to know the pieces that he did and how he was enthusiastic to work here because he's turning down assignments. Does that make any sense to anyone? No, doesn't make sense to me. You know what's actually really funny? Courtney, you should know this. Brian Tan, he put it into intern quiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were with me when we recorded that episode on Josh Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what like the most important thing Josh Taylor said during that? It's like one of the biggest questions that if you don't remember, it's fine.
I don't remember.
One of the things that Josh Taylor said and that Brian Tan made part of his quiz is Josh specifically says, try everything. Try everything. Try to video edit. Try to do this. Try to do that. Try to do this. He fucking sucks at writing, this guy. So he should try as many things as he possibly can. To be an intern, your job is to learn. Literally. Your job is to gain experience and learn. The idea that you're going to box yourself in the one corner and the one corner you're boxing yourself into you're not that talented in is just hilarious. Unwarranted treatment. Hilarious. Complain about him in the channels. Actually, I didn't. This is the first time I'm complaining about him, and it's because there's a show. Effectively communicate with this. Garrett, I don't think you were here in time. Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Am I good at communicating or bad at communicating?
I'd say you're a whole hell of a lot better than some other people, that's for sure.
Yeah, so here's a real question. Does Dimpala have a right to say I communicate poorly when he applied for 2 different jobs, said he's only going to do one, and then I asked to meet with him, and then he said, well, he can't meet that day because he has a flight that nobody was aware of?
Nope, and the issue with that is he didn't tell you that he had a flight to begin with.
Nope. But he's an intern here to learn on a work day, on a Monday. He can't meet because he has a flight, but nobody's aware of this. He makes the rules. Dimpala.
I didn't know you were on the site now.
I didn't either. I can't fathom the idea that someone would use the quotation marks company when it is a company. Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be? Like, at least if you're gonna make an argument about something, be right about something.
So when we go to
Go
the
ahead.
next part?
That one's the most hilarious one. This like you thought the guy was crazy the first time around. This is the more hilarious one. So I asked all the interns, hey guys, I'm making this optional. I didn't say they had to fucking do it. I made it optional. If you guys want to sign up for Symbol, that would be great. It helps the company and you can use our code. If not, no harm, no foul. I made it an option that they could sign up for Symbol. That is all. Apparently, I'm trying to cash out and steal the interns' money.
I quit. Peace emoji.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
He's taking the money and running. Forget the website.
I'm taking the $10 sign-up bonus and running. Forget about actually all the real money I was offered. I just want the intern's $10 sign-up bonus. That's all I really want. So, technically, Scott needs to get the punishment for Dimpala. Because but the thing is, Scott tried really hard. He tried to meet with the kid. He tried to, like, even when Dimpala was a piece of shit and wrote a Mike McCarthy post that didn't get done on time and then decided to not communicate with me when it was done. Despite all that, Scott really tried to help the kid. He did everything possible to make him succeed. Obviously, he was fucking psycho and was never going to succeed, no matter who his mentor was. I think Scott's punishment should be he gets to pick his own Slack name, but he's got to give himself a Slack name. So I'm thinking, maybe Scott, I own the Chickster Logish would be a good Slack title for him.
I think that's nearly perfect.
How do we feel about the future for these interns? Like, do we think they're going to make it? They're not going to make it?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know in a bad way because people can just like flip and kind of change a little bit, but
yeah, it only takes one thing to like completely flip the script and become like really, really good.
I do want to give a big shout out to Brian Tan, by the way, for meeting with all the interns and doing he's grilling them and he's sending me the videos and I love it. Any other final thoughts we want to talk about? And then we'll call it a day.
I want to very briefly reiterate what Cervantes said earlier about interaction with the social media. I understand that we're gonna miss posts on Instagram and Twitter sometimes, but if there's 45 of us in the Slack, the fact that each tweet and each Instagram going out at minimum doesn't have 20 to 25 likes or retweets on it shows a lack of caring. I think it's not that hard. Take 3 minutes out of your day right now while you're watching this YouTube video, pause the video, go to Twitter, go to Vendetta's thing, just like everything. Keep swiping. What? Like. Swipe, like. Think back to the video. Take 3 minutes to just do that. It's not that hard.
If we had a team that would actually claim the news posts that I put in there, and a team of social media people that knew what they were doing, we'd be rolling in it.
I think we should leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're done.